Hey guys, Tyre here bringing you a 2v2 today. We're on rails and metal. Playing for today's spawning in the south we have Hasheeshma. Playing as Soviets who has advanced warfare, urban defense, and guard rifle combined arms. Team with him is synThrax DNB. Playing as US forces who has airborne, recon support, and infantry. Facing offensive in the north we have Dragan Torbica. Playing as COH2 who has elite armored, grand defensive, and Overwatch. Finally we have Cookie playing as Ostheer who has German infantry, egg armor, and Spearhead. In terms of rankings, get how it goes. One of these players around rank 70, one around rank 115. And then the Axis team are a range team, just squeaking into the top 200. Empires come across. Be careful, you can't chase super far here. You don't want to overextend, run into some riflemen behind heavy cover. In this case, the riflemen are still building sandbags. But yeah, I think I probably wouldn't have gone any further than around this heavy cover position that I could have fallen back to. KMG in the building. Cookie playing pretty slow early game there. Didn't try anything too aggressive. Go for the buildings. Shima, of course, you know, going for a conscript start. We'll have control of that building anyway. So it might be a case for an early mortar. Maps that you can actually kind of get away with it, and so narrow, and that building's so pivotal in the early game. So it's going to be a 3 green start. This is 4 conscripts though. MG packing out of the building, nice to see. Might be arriving a little bit too late though. He's over here in some trouble. Conscripts ooh-ahing, trying to get around the arc of the MG, and they do. Meanwhile, these conscripts get extremely low. Pies chasing them, hoping for the wipe, but it does not end up coming through. And riflemen coming through the centre, getting a flank on the machine gun force that away. Now the pies could be in some trouble from the riflemen. Got the Kuwagen pushing more into the centre. Oh, missed opportunity there from the random team. Ooh, maybe not. Conscripts get the job done. I thought those pies were going to get home safe, but Kashima got a little bit lucky there. Going to slow down the tick of Cookie a long way, having to rebuild those pies before putting down tier 2. Looks fire going on to the stern pies here. Does mean the Kuba at the back is spitting out some pretty good damage. Riflemen are capping up the munis, but at this point is getting capped by Dragan. Uncontested. A violent start to this match. A lot of losses already. Model losses, not squad losses, but we could be seeing a squad loss. Retreat. Wagon pushing in close. Ooh, got a wipe on a rifleman on retreat there. Nicely done.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Ooh, chasing. Just to good bit of blocking there. So Kubel maybe had to reload at that exact timing, a little bit unlucky. But yeah, I think generally with the Kubel, especially if you're chasing down a road, try and like accelerate forwards, stop, fire, accelerate forwards, stop, fire. Especially before the patch, its firing on the move potential is horrible. Seems to be more successful, that kind of pattern. A half track going to be the option for synThrax.
Set. The static post is now in operation.
And tier 2 going down now for Cookie. And the combination there inside the building, dishing out the pain there. No medics back there for Cookie either. Dropping a lot of models there. And just, yeah, has the odds stacked against him in this engagement as well. 3v1. Oh boy. Oh, why is he trying to fight that? Off mate in. Let's force the squad out of the building. We've got a squad across here from Dragan to support. Looking for the wipe on the combat engineer on retreat here. Do you have a... no. Oh yeah, he's going to bring it across. Doesn't even need to. Combat engineer goes down. We'll call that 1-1 on the slightly lucky wipes. This one might finish the job anyway though.
Combat unit ready.
Okay, yeah, got infantry squad coming in for Dragan now. And has gone for the battle group in a base position. So, you know, this is, you know, rails and metal. This is where the walking Stuka shines in these narrow corridors. Hard to flank it and take it out with a tank. It's quite clumped up. So I'm a little bit surprised not to see mechanized. Ostheer teammate here. On top of that, no 4 battle group either. We do often see 4 battle groups around here or around here. So not maybe utilizing the map to its full potential with that particular battle group placement. And going for battle group instead of mechanized. So far I feel like the AA half-track has done almost nothing, been on the field for a long time too. So just buying the Axis team a bit of breathing room. Especially considering they have no anti-tank at the moment somehow. Somehow they're not getting punished super hard for this. Right, forcing back the captain. Full retreat in fact, and ambulance coming in now for synThrax. It's gone for the AT gun, perhaps expecting, you know, some counter form of anti-tank, maybe like a Puma, and needs to fend that off to keep the half-track safe, but that's not the case, and that may mean that synThrax is going to slow down through the next few minutes of the game. The somewhat unnecessary purchase of that anti-tank gun in this particular match.
Ambulance taking the field.
The AT gun destroying that wreck there. To get rid of the cover.
Ready. Send order.
Nothing providing sight for the A half-track at the moment though. It is supported by the AT gun, but it was a little bit scary. Not having a squad with snares around. Has locked into Infantry company, equipped a whole bunch of M1919s. Hasheeshma having gone for guard rifle combined arms. Got himself out some guards. Coming across. The T-gun coming in now for Cookie. But yeah, as I said, I mean, this half-track, 2 kills now. I think he got it at a reasonable time in like 6.5 minutes. So, yeah, especially considering it's been on the field completely uncounted, that is a terrible kill count. He's not been getting full value out of that, and now getting a little bit too close, going to take a snare. So things down even further here. In fact, oh, a Raketin through the center. Didn't even notice that. That shot missing its mark. Guards. Oh, might be best to try and evac the crew here. There it is. Gonna go for another Faust. Oh, this is going on. Looks like he just A-moved his units forwards and ran to units behind heavy cover. Ended up losing those engagements. So yeah, pretty poor AA half-track control there for synThrax, who's now going for another AA half-track. Oh no, I don't really like the idea of that. Especially how the last one was used. Yeah, I don't know.
Aufgepasst. The command vehicle has converted to a static building.
I'm not a fan of it. Yeah, I mean, once you see a situation like that, you know you're going to lose the vehicle. Just jump the crew out, save it. Maybe they can do some capping. If it's got some vet, you can jump it into your next vehicle. Especially post-patch, I think their reinforcement cost is going down a little bit, right? So it's definitely going to be worthwhile then. Share up for Dragan Torbica. Slightly forwards on the positioning this time, which I think is, you know, reasonable. Otherwise, if it's too far back, you know, it might not be in range to do good work with the anti-air mode. If you're expecting planes, and there could be some with this matchup. Two synThrax, a possibility. Second squad of guards. Hasheeshma, okay. Has gone mechanized tier 4. Oh, this be the end of the Kubel. Oh, abandoned. Senpais are there, and so is the kitten. Guards with a little bit of a flank here on the machine gun. They are getting lasered down and forced away by the rifle grenade. A lot of bleed there. This group's so badly outnumbered. Should have retreated a tiny bit earlier there. I mean, the only real reason to stay behind heavy cover in a situation like that is if you're trying to stall for something to happen, maybe for some artillery to come down, something to come in to start suppressing them, or maybe for a flank to happen. Otherwise, he's bleeding a tremendous amount of manpower. But, yeah, nothing to be gained from it. There's a fort in the works for Cookie. Grenade in. Need to retreat there. Recrew the Kuba. I'm very surprised about that. At this stage, it's not really a terribly good idea. 1919's coming from the side. AT gun, not on prioritized vehicles. Just going for shots. Looks like a squad of conscripts goes down there, just sitting there once again. An unfavored engagement for way too long, loses the squad. A half track coming in here, spinning around. And getting out a T-gun just about in range. And yeah, there's not a huge amount of point of your AT gun shooting infantry usually. They have a very bad AoE. They also have a target table, just they do very poor damage to units that they actually hit. Not worth revealing the position of your anti-tank gun most of the time. Got two good shots on it there with the M1 though, and hits V1, which is always helpful, gets access to the take aim. Half-track getting aggressive, pack shot missing, kind of lucky, especially with that movement. Attack round, just a nice attempt. Second AT gun coming in for synThrax. I think that's a fair idea. The fact that he's going for this kind of build makes me wonder if he's going to go straight for the priest actually. But if he was planning to do that, he probably should not have got the major actually. I'm going to have fuel for the priests at the exact timing. I mean, ordinarily I don't really recommend a double AT gun to priest kind of build, but in this particular case, you know, no early walking Stuka, maybe it's a little bit more effective. Pretty easy to cover this map as well with two AT guns.
105mm artillery barrages are available at your convenience.
Oh no. Big shot from the P4 on the guards. Oh man, a second squad of conscripts went down for Hasheeshma. I didn't notice that. Oh. No, they don't quite get the wipe, and now guards on retreat, suffering a lot of bleed to that Panzer IV. Oh, Kubel just charging in there, goes down to the AT gun.
We are now authorized to request more powerful units.
That's a reasonable choice now. Battle phase 3 going through for Cookie. Maybe a Werfer could be on the agenda. As for Hasheeshma, KV-1 is out now. Does have a very nice matchup against Panzer IV, especially one with its rear armor exposed. AT gun's a little bit far away. They're rotating across now. Kitten connecting. KV-1 pulls back. Oh, Kitten connecting a second time. Grenadiers can't hang around for the Faust. Time on target coming through. Does not look like it hit too much.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Generally, I'm not a... The only... Yeah. Time on target, I'm not a huge fan of it. This comes down so slowly.
Has broken our supply lines.
And there we go, double Panzer IVs takes down the A half track. Now both of the AT guns getting decrewed here. 2 riflemen now, and because he used the time on target, he doesn't have enough for 2 AT grenades to snare it. KV-1 coming across though, looking to take down the low health Panzer IV. Kitten spinning around. Pack has not yet though. Recruits this AT gun, pops the AP ammo too. Oh, bit of crush action, and the riflemen are on the run. Pack did get decrewed over here though. MG covering the center though, guards soft retreating out of range. So yeah, pretty clumsy stuff there from synThrax. Oh, and that, I didn't even notice that M1 went down really fast. After getting decrewed. Big old green blob getting around the side of that Maxim there. Quite a few guards there though, and here comes the KV-1. Oh, MG setting up facing the wrong direction there. It's quite low on health. Oh, second rifle nade nearly knocks it out. A lot of resources here for Cookie, especially in the manpower department. That has a second Pio. Oh, but the AT gun's getting stolen away here, so maybe we're going to need to rebuild that pack. Can't recover this one. KV-1 and Panzer IV going to war there. Probably just stick at it with the KV-1. He's getting cold feet. Pack did not get all the way away for synThrax, so it is slightly more towards the Allies' side. Here comes the Sherman. Oh, big shot there from the KV long range. There's a 4 coming in, but took a shot coming in. Second shot missing. KV-1 playing at a conservative range here, even though these guys don't have a snare. Now we've got a howitzer coming in for Dragan, which I think is a bad idea. You know, you've seen, well maybe you have, maybe you haven't seen time on target artillery. You've seen the LNGs. You're paying attention in the loadouts. You know you're up against infantry company with time on target artillery. It's basically the only thing that's good at killing howitzers. And you don't even need a recon plane from the Soviet player, you can just use the major recon pass to spot for it. So I think that is not the best idea with this facing against this opposition. Second squad of ogres coming in now for Dragan.
Infantry, dealing with the MG.
Might be better at this stage to try save. It might be alright. We'll see how it goes. AT guns lining up on this Panzer IV. Hits the skirts though with that. Vet 2. Oh, goes down though. Would he have gotten away if he just kept backing out? He ended up stopping there and he loses the tank. That can happen when you're up against double AT guns like that though. Double AT guns with the howitzer here. Dodging forwards though. No sight. And they get out of there without taking any damage. Still, they're not using them on prioritized vehicles. And just coming to the center, but that is a lot of damage. Double KV1, double vetted up guards. And they went down fast and dropped the MG42. So Axis are now lacking in the anti-tank department, but a anti-tank gun for each of them. One Panzer IV. This is a tough task up against the KV-1s. Panzer IV blitzes away to safety. In, but the guards already dodged that. We've seen a few too many rifle nades exactly like that. We're seeing them coming, sticking around too long, trying to throw that grenade out as well. Oh boy, what's this in the north? Panzer IV in some trouble. Sherman chasing in. That's generally not what you want to do. Not equal health with the Sherman. Come in with at least one extra shot to kill in that engagement. Now the Allies are starting to fight back hard. Axis, you know, lacking the anti-tank presence. Getting forced off.
Ready for orders.
Losing a few units. You know, the preservation's fallen off a bit. The investment of the howitzer also not paying off. 0 kills so far. So they're definitely at a weak point here. Cookie decides to lock into Spearhead. And is quite close to the Tiger now. Dragan, meanwhile, is getting close to the fuel for another tank. A little bit low on manpower though, and has to do a lot of reinforcing. Oh man, in fact, has to rebuild the stern pioneers. I didn't notice that. Double KV-1's charging forwards. AT gun setting up, but I don't think he can afford to do that. No, that goes down super fast to the KV-1s. For holding its ground here, but this is crazy risky. Could easily just go down to 2 KV-1 shots there at any stage. Is that a second howitzer? Is that a priest maybe? Yes, priest coming in. Here comes the Tiger, and it will match up pretty well, as long as it avoids the anti-tank guns. Oh boy, he's coming back in with a low health tank. What for? To kill the Sherman. So the Tiger had that under control, and the Panzer IV goes down. And now the Axis are even more trouble when it comes to anti-tank. The pack getting destroyed there. So this is a bad idea, coming out to this side of the map, where the double AT guns were most recently. Unless you've got really good infantry support. Or the Tiger that can force those AT guns away. You've got some artillery coming in that can force them away. Which the howitzer is currently on cooldown, so not the case. So I suppose it does have the off map. Without good infantry support, I would not be pushing forwards there with the Tigers on that side of the map at least. Maybe on the other side. especially if you have some minesweepers. I don't think there are any mines over here. It's definitely a good idea in this position when you're behind. You can't afford to lose your tiger. You can't afford to run over a mine. Just take it slow. Use the sweepers. Coming in here, just Ober's sitting in front of the KV-1's taking a lot of bleed. That's a lot of manpower. But SU-85 now backing up the KV-1s. Things are really stacked against the Axis team. Good shot from the Tiger though. Combat engineers suffering there. Tiger just taking a hammering from the SU. The Rakitten up here in support now, but he's coming out on negative cover there, which is a little bit worrying if the KV-1s decide to close the distance. Okay, looks like the priest going after the tech truck. Looks like the howitzer has got some kills now, up to 7. Oh, Rakitten pushing forwards into the vetted guards behind cover again. It goes down very, very fast. Looks like maybe Dragan splitting focus at the moment, not paying enough attention and just throwing away that. Dropping the frag bombs, which does stun the KV. Takes engine damage here. Tiger coming in, gonna look for the kill, but the AA T-guns are nearby. Maybe with the support of an anti-tank gun or two he could have got the kill here, but without it, looks like the Tiger's going to have to pull back. Recruise the Rakitten. The Tiger's low now. This team's struggling. Looks like the Rakitten went down again. Entirely paying attention to how it went down, but I imagine it was just sticking around here at 3 low health models trying to do some damage instead. It's retreating and trying to come back in a more organized fashion. Meanwhile, Cookie over here floating 600 manpower. Really needs double AT guns to support that Tiger against the Soviet tanks. It's a really bad idea to be floating that much manpower. Base howitzer shot there with the priest from mid-map. And yeah, at the moment these elite infantry squads just aren't being allowed their time to shine, constantly herded away by vehicles, suffering a lot of bleed if they try to get used to just go for the desperation caps to relieve the VP pressure as well, or recurring team weapons, stuff like that. Okay, Cookie pulled the trigger, going for 2 packs, but I mean, could have done this about 2 minutes ago. And now, you know, he's coming forwards with a full health Tiger with no AT gun support. It's going to be of limited effectiveness. Recruise the Rakitten, but it goes down immediately. Double KV-1's ripping in there. Howitzer is coming down, and the SU-85's out the back, not fully supporting. Maybe he's trying to go for snares, but sound like they're bouncing there. Here we go, Tiger getting some good hits in. Bolder. Time on tight coming down on the decrewed Rakitten. Comes the pack now. Big push from the Axis team on the other side, but just no anti-tank gun support, so the Sherman over there ripping in. Also got a fighting pit out the back there. And coming across to this side now. Yeah, T-guns did get decrewed, but one of them getting recruit. Connecting. KV-1s, one of them very, very low. Looks like he can't quite get the finishing blow off there though. 35 fully repaired. Not coming into the action though. Be careful with the guards there with the button. Tiger should not chase in. Gets hit with the button, but he's quite close to the max range. And he's got the smoke as well. Smoke's out of there. It's a good idea. Let's go for maybe some capping behind the smoke. Doesn't really work out. And this looks just like a slow death for the Axis team. Desperately trying to push their way forwards time and time again. Bring out smoke, gonna go for the capture over here. Got a Jagdpanzer coming in for Dragan, which is a decent idea. Can't even stick around for the neutralize here. The double AT gun, Sherman coming forwards, but lobbing out the smoke to cover its retreat. Got the priest coming in over here now as well. Just for an attack round, but not in time. Up against the Axis, double AT guns on the run, guards coming in on them now. Looks like this one's going to get decrewed. There's no support now. All the grenadiers are dead. And the Axis team is going to throw in the towel.
We are down to 25 points. Do not let them defeat us.
Next speed here to end the game.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
So there we go. Axis had a decent early game, decent position this game, but things just fell apart from them once the tanks from the Allies started to arrive. They had a good, the first mistake I feel like is the howitzer. You're up against infantry company, you got to expect time on target. It was just kind of an awkward timing as well. Not as strong as the Walking Stuka, but, put that aside. I think the biggest issue here was with Cookie's play. Just lingering around too long with a lot of squads trying to go for Fausts, trying to get extra shots on with the anti-tank guns instead of just cutting his losses and pulling back, trying to save the anti-tank guns, just leaving them out there to die instead of trying to get away with them. And the Allies were pretty good about killing the decrewed AT guns, time and time again. Tank guns that were decrewed got stolen or killed, disallowing the Axis team to recrew them. But yeah, they had a big time lack of anti-tank. And after the Panzer IVs went down, they got exposed really, really badly. The KV-1s just decimating the infantry. But yeah, some bad off-map usage from Cookie as well. It's best to save this for a big engagement. Maybe if your Tiger's making some big plays, you need to drop it on some double anti-tank guns, or maybe the SU-85 during a big push, not just lobbing it out there to get rid of some units behind heavy cover at a non-pivotal moment. Similar story for the time on targets. If you wanted to use it for anything that's on the field, that's not completely stationary, it has to be in those desperate times. But yeah, no rocket artillery as well from either side this game, which is kind of rare. Well, there we go, guys. A wrap on that. If you like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.